So today I thought I'd start just by giving you kind of a quick update on my candle cabinet, which is here in my bathroom, just to show you what I have. I don't really have a collection because I burn them, so this is, I don't hang on to any of them, but this is what I've got up in my cabinet right now. This side over here is kind of all autumn and, or rather specifically Halloween and Christmassy scents lined up, although the these things are not, but these are melts. And then this side is all the other stuff for the rest of the year. By the way, I just picked these up at Ross, and they're totally beautiful. These feathers, 2 of them, so gorgeous, and the lid has the same design on it. Anyway, that's my candle collection cabinet as of today. Okay, good morning everybody. Aloha from Waikiki, where it's another sunny day, and I'm gonna go out and do stuff. I think I'm going to a movie this afternoon, but we'll see. So the candles that I burnt this past month, I tell you, has been kind of frustrating, the month of March, because quite a few of them just did not perform that well. But anyway, let's talk about what I burnt. First up, hooray! And I wish I could be as enthusiastic about the candle as they seem to be. It says bubbly champagne, pink lady, apples, juicy honeydew. So this was really a wonderful scent on cold, totally like a sparkly kind of apple cidery, Martinelli kind of a scent basically to me. And it would have been great, but it had, I don't know if you can really see, but it had puny wicks, the kind that gets sort of white and chalky, and so throughout it had pretty much puny wicks. So the throw on it when that happens is really diminished, so you don't smell it as much. So it was kind of weak, like a 3 or a 4, unfortunately, because it was a beautiful scent, but the wicks just kind of ruined it, unfortunately. So thumbs down on that one, sadly. Now this one I broke the glass. I didn't break it when I was burning it, but when I put it in my bag to show, to make this video later on, I put another one on top of it a little bit too hard and broke it. But this is a blueberry sugar from Bath & Body Works. This says sweet blueberries, brown sugar, graham cracker crust. Man, this is a wonderful candle, and it's just, I'm not necessarily that crazy about blueberry, but it smelled so good on cold, and it was really good, really strong. It was a clean burn. Had no issues with it, like 7 or 8 on strength, and it's definitely it's a very sweet candy-ish kind of like blueberry. It's not like a fresh blueberry. To me, I would say it almost reminds me of cotton candy with a blueberry scent added to cotton candy. It was really good. I loved this candle, and this is not usually necessarily my kind of a thing, but it was great. Here's from Bath & Body Works, almond. This is their essential oils collection type, made with almond and sandalwood essential oils. I didn't have any problems with the burn. There's a little bit of soot on it, you can see, but that usually is me, because at the very end I don't trim the wicks at the end or whatever, so it does that. This one, I don't know, these essential oil ones, to me, the throw on them, the scents are really nice. They're a little less sugary sweet than the Bath & Body Works candles usually are. They're a little more of a spa-like scent to them, or a fresher scent to them, I guess, because of the essential oils. But it was a pleasant almond, somewhat vanilla-y, but only slightly sweet, just very, very little sweet, just more like almond, slightly sweet, not a tremendous throw on it, maybe like a 5. So I didn't have any issues with the burn, but the throw was, not really satisfactory to me. I don't know, that's the one thing with Bath & Body Works candles when I get them. I usually, a lot of the other brands you don't know, but like Bath & Body Works, you kind of expect a good throw from it, and a lot of these this month had sucky throws, to be perfectly honest. That's just how it was. White Barn is next. We have Peppermint Rosemary. I was looking forward to this one. Now this was a very clean burn. Fresh peppermint, iced rosemary, eucalyptus. I think that's a pretty good description of what it is. It is a minty herbal scent. And I do love mint and Bath & Body Works. Anything mint I tend to like from them. However, what you can see here is how far apart the wicks spread, which is really weird. They didn't start out that way, but as it melted all the way down, they started like going way out. And I got a little bit afraid to burn it at that point, so I just started melting, putting it on the warmer, electric warmer, and just letting it melt that way. So this one, again, I was looking forward to it. It does have a wonderful scent, but the throw on it was pretty darn weak, like a 4, maybe a 5. Like I could just once in a while catch a whiff of it. It just wasn't very present at all, no matter where I burnt it, in the bathroom, in the main room, in the foyer. Most of these candles I move around in one of 3 places to try them out, and if they're not working someplace else, sometimes the bathroom is a smaller room. Sometimes actually the foyer or the kitchenette area, which is over there, which is just like in front of the hall, in front of the door, entryway. Sometimes actually things burn well there because the breeze kind of carries them through. Anyway, that didn't work that great anywhere. Rosemary peppermint, which I liked. Another one that's a disappointment, wild sage and aloe. It's a lovely scent. Refreshing aloe water, agave nectar, and desert sage. I was looking for, I had the rosemary, mint, this one, and a cucumber fresca from Colonial Candle that I'm still working on, all going at the same time, all 3 of them. And like, I could hardly smell a thing in the apartment. I'm like, I got 3 freaking candles going on here, and I'm not getting anything from, really, to speak of from any of them. This one, beautiful, fresh, green scent with that bit of herbal, herbaceousness, sage, whatever, to it. Nice label, lovely scent. The performance was fine. There's a little bit of soot, but it was fine. Wicks were fine. It just didn't throw. It just, like, again, it was like a 4 or 5. You could smell it once in a while when you were walking past it and go, okay, it's there. It's not permeating anywhere. It's not really going anywhere. What's the point of this candle? Okay. Now, here's one a lot of people, I think, are curious about or waiting to see. The Hallmark candles have been cropping up for us here in Hawaii, anyway, at Ross. That's really where we have a lot of candles, Ross. And not so much some of the other stores, but Ross has a lot of candles, and they've been getting in Hallmarks. I bought 3. Okay, I bought this one, and then I bought 2 more, and I thought, I'm not going to buy any more until I see if they're any good. But they're only $6.99. That's the thing, $6.99, and it's a 22 ounce. This is like a large Yankee jar, right? So I was very curious. This one is Seaside Spa. There's no description on it, but as you can imagine, it's just kind of an ocean saltwater scent with like a little saltiness, and I would say a little powderiness to it. It is like a spa scent. So, what was my experience with this one? Yeah, kind of touch and go. All in all, considering the month, not that bad, but kind of touch and go. And it was weak. Like, it was weak when I smelled it. So I thought, I'm not expecting it to be really strong, and it wasn't really strong, but it wasn't non-existent. Okay, it was just kind of weak, kind of like a 5 or a 6. 5. We'll go 5. Kind of like a little, slightly bit stronger than some of the stuff I'd had this month, but not that much. There were days where I could smell it. Like, there were burns where I would be in the apartment like, okay, I smell the Seaside Spa. And then there were days when I'm kind of like, I don't really smell it. I don't smell it. But, in the bathroom, it did okay. When it was in the smaller room, I could smell it all the time. So it did throw in the smaller space consistently. So I decided, okay, I would try more. I had 2 more to try, and I probably will get more to see, because it's $6.99 is such a good price for the size of a candle, and if it does throw some, then I can use it with, the other candles in the other rooms and blend it and whatever. So I was like, okay with it. For $6.99, I was okay with it. Okay. It was alright. This candle was sent to me by a friend, Luxe Fragrances, in the scent Lover's Lane. And this is kind of one of those more high-end candles. And it had a wonderful scent of, I'd say, funeral flowers, like white flowers in a funeral home or something. Very, very floral and very heavy. It's a very heavy jar. Pretty jar. And I'm going to show you the inside, and this will tell you the tale. Oh my god, this thing was like a soot monster. I mean, if you burnt it, I trimmed the wick every single time. I trimmed the wick and burn it for like half an hour, and giant mushroom head, I don't know if you can see that, giant mushroom head would form. Soot, soot, soot. Blow it out, trim it, burn it for half an hour. Soot, soot, soot. This thing was insane. This scent was beautiful. The throw was great. Like, it was like an 8 or something. The scent permeated the house. I cannot handle it. I cannot. This kind of soot? No freaking way. This was crazy. So, beautiful scent, but Luxe, dude, you people, the wicks, it's not happening. That is not happening. Okay, so, finally, my last candle, Bloom and Prosper, kind of a newer brand that are showing up at Targets and TJ Maxx's and whatever, and I've had some and had good experiences with them, so I wanted to try this bright lime. It was reduced to $5.49. It's huge. It was kind of cool, and I love lime. This is my candle of the month. This is my favorite candle of the month. It was fabulous. The throw was like an 8. I mean, I could smell it everywhere, no matter where I burnt it. It had a terrific smell, and it's a great smell too. It's not a fresh lime scent. It is a lime, very much like a key lime filling, not the crust, like a creamy, sweet lime. Okay, so it's a little bit misnamed. I wouldn't have called it bright lime, but it's a creamy, sweet key lime pie filling lime. It was awesome. If they have any more in this line, like some different scents, I totally would try them out. My favorite candle of the month. Okay, I just very quickly then we'll just talk about a couple of tarts I did just very quickly. Pineapple cilantro, couldn't smell it. Guava coconut passion, could smell it very, very faintly as a melt. I melted it, and it was just like coconut, guava. I don't know. I am familiar with guavas. I wouldn't say this is guava scented. It's just coconut and sort of generic fruit. Black cherry. This was an old one, but actually I could smell this, and it was nice. It was definitely like a cherry. You know, the actual cherries like what you eat. A little bit sweeter, but that basically was it. Dark cherries. And I was curious to try this too. This was a votive and honey lavender gelato from Yankee Candle. If I see this in a bigger jar, writing jar at, you know, Ross or something, I will definitely try it out. This was light. Like the first night I could smell this a little bit, and then I couldn't smell it at all. But it's a nice scent. It is like a lavender, sweet lavender with honey. I mean, that describes it. I don't know about ice cream gelato, but it's definitely just like lavender and honey. Really nice. I would get a big one of it if I could to try it out. Finally, then I did this Scentsy bar in Mysterious. I couldn't smell it when I got it at a thrift store in a bag of Scentsy things. And actually, when I melted it, I couldn't smell it. It's called Mysterious, and it is mysterious indeed. It is mysteriously unscented. Okay, that's what I burnt this month, and let me know if you've had any of these or what your experience has been, or if you've tried any of the Hallmark ones yet. Have a good month, and we'll see you next time, guys. Okay?